Hello, everybody.
Okay.
Welcome back again. It's the Weekly Mash, the show where we bring you the wildest reads, spice, suspense, and stories that keep you turning pages long into the night. This week, we're doing something extra fun because even though it's technically not December yet, but actually, I think this episode will air in December. So, I mean, it works. Okay. It's currently October. It's almost Halloween. We're going to air this in December. So we have the perfect mashup today. We have Katie Knight here, and we're going to be talking about Christmas in July meets Halloween, almost October-ish stuff. And Katie has two books that fit that description perfectly. We have 12 Nights of Christmas and Shadows of Obsession that we're talking about today. Katie, thank you so much for joining us. We're so glad that you could come on the show. Can you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about your books, and then we'll ask you some questions here.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. I'm super excited for this.
Of course.
I'm Katie, and I write different types of romance books. So far, I have 4 books out, 2 contemporary and then 2 dark contemporary romances. And I work full time. I'm a mom, a wife, 2 dogs, very busy.
Yes.
But I have 12 Nights of Christmas, which is a stalker romance. 12 nights leading up until Christmas Eve. The stalker leaves her gifts every night, and they get progressively spicier until he reveals himself on Christmas Eve, which that one was really fun.
Yeah.
And then my newest release is Shadows of Obsession. It just came out in August, and that one is a dark stalker romance as well. It is actually the darkest book I've ever written. And this one is a Halloween romance featuring an unhinged female stalker, and she stalks him first. He quickly finds out, then he starts to stalk her. And it is a game of cat and mouse between the two of them until they come together and they find kind of a little bit of a secret society going on in their city. And it's just about them getting their revenge on everyone in the city that is doing the wrong things. It's kind of like a vigilante.
Whoa.
Yes, they're both very spicy and very fun.
This is why we're friends. Because I love it. I love it. We all know these books are right up my alley, guys.
Yes, they are. Definitely.
Katie, like we said, thank you so much for coming on. We're super excited you're here. Let's start with your holiday romance, 12 Nights of Christmas. The blurb already gives us chills. Anastasia, like you said, secret love for her brother's best friend, mystery gifts, dark desires, the masked stranger who finally reveals himself on Christmas Eve. Katie, what sparked your idea? Was it like the 12 days and 12 gifts, or was it the masked stranger first?
I think it was the song. So when I did that book, I was actually homesick for almost 2 months from work, and I
Oh,
had
no.
bronchitis. And so it wasn't a fever dream, but it was kind of. I was on steroids to help my cough and all that stuff, and I just wrote the book.
Wow.
I don't remember writing a lot of it because I was really sick. And I was on different medications for my cough. But yeah, it was definitely the song, and then I thought it would be fun to do a dark twist with it.
I mean,
So next time you have writer's block, you can just go back to the doctor and you're like, so remember a couple years ago when I had bronchitis and you gave me this, this meds, this cocktail? Can I have that again because I'm having writer's block?
That's horrible.
Well, I'm having that now.
Oh, no.
I haven't
might
been
be
able to write
some-
anything for 3 months.
Brilliant piece of work that comes out.
Yeah, that
Oh.
was
Oh,
yeah,
gosh.
been
I'm
rough.
so sorry you're not feeling well. That's horrible.
I know.
It's all right. Well, I haven't written anything because I haven't been able to get over my last book.
Yeah.
And
Well, yeah.
it's like I have like a book hangover from my own book, which is not something I've ever heard of before.
Yeah, that's
But I would
interesting.
assume it's like a compliment to yourself.
Right.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I haven't really been able to read anything, can't write. I'm still very
Just,
much in that world.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now I really I'm nervous because for one, I want to read it, both of these books. For two, I'm also nervous because if you are getting blocked from writing it, that means I'll get blocked from reading it, and then I'm gonna be, like, in a slump.
I mean, it's possible. So when I did 12 nights, I wanted something fun and just something different, and I was like, I think I'm gonna explore the dark romance." And when I did, I found that that is where I excel. Well,
Yeah.
between that and the spice
Mhm.
is where I excel and where I feel like I have the most fun.
Yeah.
But I'm not I feel kind of weird saying this. I'm not a dark romance girly. I am like
Same.
I love reading like the romantasy and like a little more dark, like some dark romantasy, but like the dark romance, like I started reading That Sick Love in a book club and I couldn't finish it. Like
Oh, yeah.
it got to a point and it was, like, supposed to be super suspenseful and he's, like, tells her to run, and I was like, "Okay, next chapter," and I've, like, had to do
Yeah.
something, and I put it down for, like, 6 months. Like,
See, I started that Sick Love, and I had the same thing. Like it wasn't doing anything for me.
I mean, it was I don't know, and I mean, I've done that with several other dark romances where I start it, and then it's like, things are happening and getting exciting, and then I'm like, end of the chapter, and I just put it down, and it's like a cliffhanger chapter, and it's, like, meant to make you turn the page, and I'm just like,
Eh,
let me read this book that just popped up on my TikTok, like, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go do this instead. I'm just
I
not
mean, maybe that's why, because you just needed to write your own.
Exactly.
You were looking
Maybe.
for something else.
I don't know, but I also feel like this day and age that because dark romance has gotten so popular and people want the same thing because they love that trope,
Mhm.
that
Yeah.
it's almost becoming oversaturated and it's just like it's the same thing over and over and over
Yeah.
again. And so
Mhm.
when I write, I try to find like the trope, but I try to find a way to make it different
Mhm.
within the
Yeah.
genre so that it's like enticing and it stands out on its own. Which is a good thing, but it
Mhm.
also hurts me kind of because people are like, that's not really what I'm looking for, but it's fine.
Yeah.
I love it.
They do the same thing over and over again.
I
They're
mean
chasing the high from the last one.
Right?
exactly, and that's why I try to do something different, like, when I wrote 12 Nights of Christmas, I wanted like, everybody's like, "I like when chapters are, like, the same length," and I'm like, "Okay, well, his chapter is, like, 350 words max, and her chapter is, like, a full-length chapter,
Yeah.
and so it's
Course, it
different."
has to be.
But it's like because I don't want to lead on to who the masked man is, because it is
Yeah.
a mystery until Christmas Eve, and so it's like she's always had a thing for her brother's best friend, but she doesn't wanna ruin the relationship with her brother and his best friend, and she refuses to be what comes between the 2 of them, so she denies herself that, and there's so many times where you see that, and they're like they don't care, they go after what they want, and she's like, "I'm putting my family first. I'm gonna sacrifice that for myself." And then here comes the mystery man who pops up and starts stalking her, and she just has fun with that and uses that to her advantage in the heat of the moment. And it was just so fun. It
It
really is
sounds
fun.
amazing. Like, I
I
feel like
know.
this is a November read for me. Like, I have to.
It
Mhm.
was I didn't even think about writing it until, like, October. So, between getting the cover designed and then the marketing for it and the edits and writing, it didn't even publish until December 15th, and I, like, missed the hype of it, and I'm like, "Okay, next year is my year. It's gonna hit next year." And
Well,
so
yeah, we're gonna read it, and this episode will come out in December, so it's perfect timing for us to try to,
Perfect.
like, help you out in that arena, maybe a little
well, I
bit. We're not
appreciate that
huge,
because that like, it's
but
so fun. It really is fun.
I'm
And, like,
excited.
when I had, like, my ARC readers and stuff, like, they loved that it was, like, a mystery because like, you have to guess who it is, and then there's, like, the moments and, like, the heated tension between the brother's best friend and her, but she's like, "I can't," and he's just teasing her, and then here comes this mask guy, and he's like, "Hey, so I beat the crap out of my brother because it's the ex's brother. I beat the crap out of my brother because he touched you." I don't know if I wanna give a little teaser.
Yeah,
'cause
no,
it's
no, no,
really
no.
fun. No, it doesn't ruin anything. It doesn't ruin anything, but it's just like a
Okay.
little fun. He syncs up with the toy. He syncs up the sounds of him beating up his brother to a toy, and she gets off to it. And I was like, "That is so fun and so unhinged." And that's where
You're
I was
like,
like, "Okay, so maybe dark romance is my thing."
yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, along
But
those
when I'm reading
lines,
this, no, hold on. When
okay,
I'm
I'm
reading
holding.
this, I'm gonna be messaging Katie and be like, I feel like it's this person.
Do it.
And
I
you
love
don't
it
even
when
have
my
to
readers,
respond.
like, talk to me when they're reading my books, 'cause, like, I love it because
Yeah.
I don't get to read my book for the first time because I'm there through
Yeah.
the whole thing, but I
Yeah.
love hearing what people think and, like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened in this chapter." It's so fun. It is
Yeah.
so much
I've
fun.
got you, boo.
I know. I know. Yeah, on that note, actually, because our next question goes with all of that, did you always know who the mystery man would be from the get-go, or did he evolve as you were writing?
No, I knew. From the start, I knew. From the very start, I knew. I knew exactly who
Ew.
I wanted it to be.
Mm,
So I have to know with all of the wrapped gifts, which one was your favorite to write and which one surprised you the most?
without
Uh,
spoilers.
So I remember when I was writing it, I have some author friends in a chat on Amazon, or not on Amazon, on Instagram. And we were talking, and I said, okay, so I know a lot of people have a thing with like around Christmas time where they like Christmas themed things. And there was like that one year where it was like the tapered Christmas tree, and they're like putting it places
Hmm.
it doesn't belong. And all I could think was a candy cane, and I was like, "But I don't wanna do a candy cane because I, like, try to keep things realistic." And I'm like and all I can think is, like, when you're sucking on a candy cane, how it comes to that point, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I can't do that." So I think my absolute favorite one was where he did a candy cane striped replica of himself and gifted it to her because that was fun. And the one that
When?
surprised me the most, I don't know. They all I planned it out. Like when I started, I planned it out. I did 12 nights. I did 1 through 12 and then I think the toy that synced up to the noises because it's like does the vibrating to the frequencies. I think that one just kinda came out of left field for me when I thought of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Man.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Anastasia carries a lot of tension. How did you balance making her sympathetic, vulnerable, and bold enough to lean into the darker fantasies? And for readers who love the masked stalker trope, what drew you to those elements?
Well, she in the first chapter, she is actually reading a dark romance book. So she's a book girly, so she's a dark romance girly, so she's always read that and kinda like which is why it made it easy for her to be okay with it, because as she's reading it and, like, getting kinda, like, not flustered, but kinda, like, heated up from it, she wanted somebody that would wanted her so badly that would do those things to her and for her. So it was easy to write her in that way just so that she could because it's easy when it's kind of already a fantasy because you've been reading that.
Mm.
And so that was how that played into it was just that she was a dark romance girly and liked what she read.
Okay.
Man, I'm gonna hate to do this right now. I'm just saying. Not that it's a bad thing. Let's shift gears into your newest release,
It's
Shadows of
not a bad
Obsession.
thing, I
I
promise.
know. I'm in love with both of them 100%. But man, I'm really getting in.
I know.
I'm sorry. Okay, let's talk about the new one, Shadows of Obsession. From your website, we got when Sasha's mother is murdered, revenge becomes her religion. Enter Theodore Silva. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Billionaire, executioner, predator. This is a darker, almost thriller romance hybrid. What made you want to go there, and how is it different from 12 Nights of Christmas?
So 12 Nights of Christmas is just it's more mild compared to this, honestly. Like it was like my gateway, like a gateway
Yeah.
drug. It just kinda got me into it. The 2 compared, 12 Nights is not that dark. So this one, I don't even remember. I knew that I wanted to go into the stalker because I had fun with it with 12 Nights.
Yeah.
But again, I wanted something different, so different. So I made the FMC, Sasha, I made her a stalker and just as unhinged and possessive and obsessed with
Love it.
Theo as he is with her. So that it was kind of the same because they like it's got the stalker trope. It kind of ended up being a little like insta love, sort of, but it's more insta lust. But that I just knew that that's what I wanted was that stalker and it just kind of evolved. I remember when I started writing it, I was like 10,000 words into it and it already felt like it was over.
Oh.
And so I was like, I want this to be like a full length novel. I need
Mhm.
more. But with what I had, it felt like I was already halfway done.
Mhm.
And also, like, I hadn't even begun yet. And so I had to reevaluate. And so then I had to add more depth to it. And so that's where I started thinking a little bit more about what I could add to it. And that's where I came up with a little bit of a secret society. And it
Mhm.
really helped because they had to find a way in, they had to find more information, but it had been so like deeply buried within the city's elite that it was hard for them to find it. So I was able to draw that out a little bit more.
Yeah.
But they are they aren't the same. I mean, they both have the stalker, but, like, I've been told from people who have read, Shadows of Obsession that it gives Haunting Adeline vibes with a little bit of the Butcher and Blackbird, where, like, Butcher and Blackbird, they kill, like, bad guys. Like, they only take out the, like, worst of the worst, and that's what Sasha and Theo do. But Sasha's just as crazy as Theo is and is just as willing to step up and take somebody out as he is. And she starts off just following him, learning. He finds out very quickly, puts on a show for her, and then he figures out who she is. And then he starts stalking her. So they have that little cat and mouse of going back and forth. And then he shows up when she finally finds her first target, and he's just watching, waiting to see what she's gonna do, and then he teaches her how to do it.
Sold. I know. I was like, you looked like you were in an auction here. Sold.
That's what I was trying to. I was sitting here. I was gonna do like the auctioneer.
Oh my goodness, it's funny. Okay, so like you mentioned, Sasha and Theo's dynamic is intense. There's the hunter versus the hunted that kind of goes both ways. We have obsession, vengeance. Which part did you enjoy writing the most, and which part challenged you the most?
So, my biggest challenge, we'll start there, was at first, his name was Right,
Mm.
and I struggled so hard to find him as a character. He just it didn't feel right. And eventually I sat down with my PA, she's also my best friend, and my husband too, because I talked to her and then I was talking to my husband. So, and I was like, I just, every time I write writer, I think of like Riches to Riches, because that was the first one that came into my head, or Den of Vipers. And I'm like, it's
Yeah.
not my character. If I'm going to type his name and I'm writing it, my character needs to be the person I think of, not somebody else's
Mhm.
book.
Yeah.
So I struggled with that for a good, I think 25, 30,000 words. So that's almost half of the book.
Yeah.
And then my husband's like, "Well, what about Theo?" And I was like, "Huh." So I thought about it, and then I kinda played around with the idea, and it just stuck, and that was him. I shortly found after that, didn't take very long, I found his personality and who he is and how he was with Sasha, and their dynamic just made sense with that name. And so once I did that, there was like when I read through because I hit like a block. I couldn't figure out where the story was going. So I read through what I had and I could tell where I struggled and where I found Theo because everything just flowed from there and it made sense. So that was the biggest challenge was just connecting with Theo and finding him because it is a dual point of view. So I have to like find a way to like connect with
Mhm.
the MMC and be able to switch to that because it's every other chapter is them.
Yeah.
And so it was really hard when I couldn't connect with him and couldn't figure out how he was with her, how he was with other people and stuff like that. But once that name happened, it was done. So the other part that I'm, like, really happy with, it was, like, really fun, was just the spice, honestly. It got really unhinged in parts, and I was like, "Okay, this is really fun," because I'm like I talked to one of my friends, and I was like, "Okay, so she has at the start of the book, she is dating somebody, but she finds out that he was cheating on her, and so she shows up at his house, and was like, 'All right, well, let's just do an open relationship, and you do your thing, I'll do mine.'" And then she's kind of dom in that situation, and I was like, "Do we want her to, like, force him to finish, like, however many times he cheated on her?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that sounds fun." And it was just like I didn't have to, like, conform to, like, contemporary romance where, like, that kind of thing, or, like, the other spicy scenes kinda give things away, so I can't really. But just, like, being able to do that and just not having that boundary because it's dark was fun. It was fun, it was different, and it just honestly made the couple them.
I love dark romance for so many reasons. So many reasons.
Oh my goodness.
And this one, I already forgot what I'm just kidding. I know what I'm reading, but I already forgot what I'm reading. I need to start something new. Just kidding. It's a joke, guys. So let's switch it up a little bit. If you had to choose holiday romance, I'm sure I already know, or dark thriller romance, which one are you currently craving more as a reader/writer?
I'm definitely specifically am craving more of Sasha and Theo. I need more of them. I have already thought about doing bonus chapters of them just to get more of them out of my system. Because I can't I've tried moving on to my next project and I can't focus on it. I've tried reading different books and I just haven't been able to, but I think part of it is also because I am trying so hard to market this and get this out there now before Halloween is over because it is very heavy on, like, the fall and Halloween type vibes. I mean, there's 3 scenes, I think, where there are in the city they live in, they have, like, a fall market every weekend, and vendors set up shop, and there's, like, the pumpkins and scarecrow in the square, like, so it's very heavy on that, and then, like, Halloween and, like, stuff happens on Halloween night, and they have a masquerade ball, and it's very centered to Halloween, but also not in a way.
Yeah.
Like, the
Yeah.
vibes are there for sure, but it's my husband just came in the room, I thought it was my kid. I was like, "I told you
Uh,
not to come in here."
we did it.
But I definitely crave more of them. And I don't know if I'll do another, like, not Halloween, like, holiday themed book because it makes it really hard to market because it's only that time of year. And I'm like, "Okay, I had to publish before September." So I had all of September and all of October for marketing to draw readers in.
Yeah.
And then last year I had less than 15 days. I had 10 days of 12 Nights of Christmas.
Yeah.
And so it's hard that way, where my other 2 books that are contemporary are just any time of the year type read,
Yeah.
and those are easy because 'cause I'm just like, "Oh, hey, you're looking for a spicy contemporary romance book?
Yeah.
Here's this."
Here you
But these
go.
are very, very specific to a time of the year, and it just makes it hard because then, like, I haven't been able to really talk about 12 Nights of Christmas for 12
Yeah.
months.
Well, we're going to talk about it here shortly.
I know.
Tell you that much. We got you on that part. We may not be huge, but we got you on that part.
Yeah.
So,
Well, we'll do what we can.
and I would read a Halloween type book all year long.
I mean,
There
I
are a
just
lot of people
finished a
that would.
Christmas book, so whenever the mood
I'm
strikes.
excited.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing, like, a lot of people will. I will say I've been surprised at how many people have been reading 12 Nights of Christmas through the entire year,
Oh, yeah, I'm
but
sure.
because that's just been crazy, like,
Yeah.
it's been at least 1 to 2 people every month
That's
since
crazy. Yeah.
And I'm like, it's not even I'm not advertising that one. I'm not pushing that one because it's not that time of the year.
Read the
But
one I'm pushing on.
yeah, I know. It's crazy. Yeah.
It's like, thank you so much for reading my book, but you're reading the wrong
Can
one.
you go read that one, please?
Yes. Yes. I think I just had like 1,000 pages read of that one. And I'm like, go read the other one. It's
Yeah.
Halloween. It's
Oh
fine.
my goodness. Yeah.
It's okay.
It'll all work
yeah.
itself out. It'll all work.
Eventually, next year.
Next year. Yeah. All right, we're gonna do what is one of our favorite segment parts of the weekly mash, and that is our rapid fire style questions. So just whatever pops
Ooh.
to mind.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do what is one of our favorite segment portions on the weekly mash, and that is the rapid fire style questions. So our first one: if you were receiving 12 nights of mystery gifts, what would be the first gift you'd hope for?
The candy cane replica.
You hear that, husband?
I've been begging for years.
Come on. I'm just kidding. Well, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you're good.
If you were the masked man's best friend's brother in your book, what would your mystery reveal look like?
Just as it is in the book. Just as it is in the book.
Okay.
Yep.
Halloween versus Christmas, which holiday gives you more story inspiration and why?
I don't know. That one's tough. I love the Christmas because I love the Christmas time and the love stories that go with Christmas, the Hallmark stuff. But when I started getting into the darker stuff, definitely the Halloween, the primal chase through graveyards, stuff like that is so fun. So it's tough to choose. Both.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. And also bet it depends on which holiday you're closer to.
True. Yeah, because then you got the vibes like already there. So,
What's the weirdest thing you Googled while writing Shadows of Obsession?
Can you scream without a tongue?
Ooh.
this is a really an interesting question.
I looked at that and but also again, my PA/bestie is a registered nurse. So a lot of that stuff I went to her for, but she was sleeping and I was like, I have questions.
Now.
I need you guys to finish this while I go over to my computer. Okay? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Goodness. Oh, what was the answer?
Your tongue forms sound. So it's not a scream because it can't change anything, but you still have your vocal cords. So it's very raw and more ragged and more gargly. So because then she finally came back and told me. So yeah. Yep.
I'd just been Googling that later if I didn't ask now, so I figured I might as well. Okay, last one. If your protagonist could send you one message after the story ends, what would you want it to say?
But like, which one?
Yeah.
Like which protagonist? I mean, I would want a message from Theo. That would be. I don't know, because the only thing that comes to mind is just thank you for writing my story. Like that's what comes to mind.
It's a good one.
Thank you for making me everybody's new book boyfriend. Specifically Ashley.
I went to an event 2 weeks ago and my assistant was like, she's not somebody that's gonna like just say things to make me look better because that's not who she is.
Yeah.
But she's like, yeah, if you liked Haunting Adeline, you'll like this because Theo gives Zaid, I think is his name, a run for his money. And I'm like, he does what now? Because I haven't read it. And to have her be like, yeah, it's really good. And then another friend told me that they thought it was better. And I'm like, you cannot tell me that my book is better than Haunting Adeline. Like, that is like the holy grail of dark romance. Yeah. I can't.
I'll be the determining factor for this. I will be the tiebreaker.
There you go.
I mean,
you have to let me know.
I've read them, but Ashley's more like, that's her jam. So I feel like her opinion would be good.
The thing with Shadows of Obsession, when it came to write the end, I wanted it to be emotional. I wanted it to leave people. I wanted people to have a hangover from my book. That was my goal. Like, I wanted them to feel and hurt and cry at the end. And I have a video of me typing like the last 5 minutes of my video or my book, and I was in tears. I cried and I was like, partly because of what was happening and like the story was done, but like the ending is everybody can like relate to it and feel it, and it was It's good.
Note to self, record reading the last bit.
The last
Yes.
the last chapter, the last, like, page of the book is very yeah, that was my
I can
goal.
be wrong.
I wanted people to feel because, I
Yeah.
mean, I read a lot of good books, and they're good in the moment, but then you just move on to the next one. I wanted
Mhm.
something where people it left a mark, and
Mhm.
I wanted that emotion to be tied to this book because I want people to remember. And so that was my goal. I just wanted to leave a lasting impression with the book, and I think I did.
Wanted to ruin you, you guys. She just wanted to
Yes, that
ruin
was
you.
my goal. It really was. You gotta make people
I need
remember.
to go shopping now. Okay, we're gonna talk about your author life a little bit.
Okay.
You mentioned you're a mom.
Mhm.
You juggle writing. You have a full
Mhm.
time job. How do you carve out your writing time? Do you have like a writing cave? And also, what advice would you give to authors trying to release their first book?
So, for me, like I said, I am a mom. My kid is 7, married, been with my husband for 10 years. He very much likes zombies and apocalyptic stuff, and so not really my thing. So, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Hey, do you feel like watching zombies tonight?" And I'm like, "Yes, please." I'm like, "Okay, well, I'm gonna go write."
Mhm.
And so, our kid goes to bed at 7, and so from 7 to, like, 9:30, I try to write when I feel like it, when I
Yeah.
can. So just that, because I'm up at 5:45 in the morning to get myself ready for school, well, for work, and get my kid ready for school, and just trying because I also try to carve out time for just me in the mornings where I can have my coffee and I can do
Yeah.
a little bit of the admin work, checking emails, checking on book orders, checking like my stats on Amazon and stuff, and then getting myself ready for school, and then kid and breakfast and on the bus, and then me off to work and like everything. So, and then she rides the bus home. So I really try to just do family time and stuff during the evening. And then once she goes to bed, and when I'm writing a book, my husband is really good about giving me the time that I need to write. He'll give me a hard time and be like, "Oh, you're gonna ignore me again? You've ignored me for like 2 weeks now." And then like I'll take a couple nights and watch a movie with him and hang out with him. But he's really good with being supportive and giving me the time that I need to write. Hi.
Hi.
Yes, I'm talking about you. How amazing and supportive you are.
No, I'll give you a hard time sometimes.
You do.
She did not say that. She did not say that.
He does. He knows. He's cute about it. He's cute about it. Um, but so that's how I try to balance everything. And then my advice for new writers like trying to work on their first book is take your time, ask for help because I wrote the Edwards in 1 month and then I was like, it's written. I'm going to publish it in another month and a half. Like, let's get it done. And then, like, looking back, I didn't give myself enough time to go over like edits and everything. I have an editor now, which I didn't then. I had a friend who helped, but a lot of things were missed. So I re-released the Edwards and the Carters after my editor came into play and she edited everything. And then I got new covers designed and just like relaunched with special, like not special editions, second editions of those. But there are a lot of resources out there and you just got to find them. There's authors on Instagram that are always willing to take other people under their wing and help them learn the ropes and answer questions and just it can be a very uplifting community and it's amazing.
I agree.
I mean, we've seen it just on our side how supportive authors are of other authors. It's like not I mean, there's always going to be that level of competition, you know what I mean? Because you
See,
want your book to sell,
right.
but it
I
doesn't
just
show that way.
I
Yeah.
know, and I don't think it's a competition. Honestly, like
Mhm.
my book is my book. My book is not going
Mhm.
to be exactly like
Exactly.
another person, even if they do a Halloween
Yeah.
dark romance with
Mhm.
serial killers. Like it's not the
Mhm.
same. And so I will support and rep other authors as often as I can because it's not going
Mhm.
to impact my book because my book is
Yeah.
completely different. And That's one thing I do see occasionally is people feeling like it is a competition, but it's
Mhm.
really not. Like, my win is my win. What I'm doing for me and what you're doing for you, I might look like might be succeeding more, but that's doesn't take away from getting a special edition of your
Yeah.
book put out there
Right.
where, yeah, I sold out an event, but that's my win. That's
Yeah.
not like, it doesn't take away from what you did. And
Mhm.
so it's very supportive a lot of the times with a lot of authors are just willing to just shout other authors from the
Yeah.
rooftops and just do all of that for others.
Yeah, we love that so much. The community is amazing. It's been
It
really
really
cool
is.
to see. Yeah, we love it.
I agree.
Um, Final question, and you may not have the answer for this. You said that you want more of Sasha and Theo, but what else is next for you? Like, do you have any ideas that are percolating, even though you're not jumping into them yet? Or,
So, I have a new website. Let me just start with that. I have a new website. I'll send it to you guys. Um,
Yes, please.
so on my new website, it's completely newly designed, put together this week. Like, just did it this week. It launched yesterday. There's also merch in there. Super fun. But one thing that I did in there was I kind of did like interview style questions for each of the books, like behind the scenes, whatever. But one section that I have is what's coming.
ooh,
So the next book that I'm working on is a dark romantasy. I am scared of it, and I think that might be part of it, is because I've never done the romance part of it, and like the world building and all that stuff is very
Yeah.
intimidating. But that is what I'm working on next. I also have a section of what's to come after that because that's like my work in progress. I can only do one story at a time.
hmm
I've tried to write more than one. I can't. I can't. I can read like 5 books at a time,
Nope.
but I cannot write more than one at a time. So I do have a section on my website that also shows like it's the genres that are coming up because I've just had so much fun writing dark romance that like I want
Yeah.
to explore other things. I originally
Mm.
had an Omega verse that I thought I was going to do next year, which I've put on the back table for a little bit. I have a princess retelling that I'm going to do. That one's going to be 7 books. I haven't decided if it's going to be one book with 7 short stories or a 7-book series. That one I'm really, really excited about. I have a Hades and Persephone retelling that I want to do. I have book 3 of the second Vow series, which is going to be the final installment of that series. And I have another romantasy. That one's going to be a little more like young adultish kind of, I think. I don't think I can do No Spice. That's just not how I roll. I don't think I can do it, but we'll see. I have a vampire one,
Oh,
a
over.
dragon one. I'm trying to think. And I have a Medusa one that I want to work on too. That one I'm
Mm.
thinking Medusa and Loki because I think those 2 would be really fun to write
Oh.
together. So that's kind of just an idea I had. So those are kind of what are like eventually gonna be out, hopefully. But right now, I am really working on a dark romance, or not a dark romance, a dark romantasy. And this one is gonna be really challenging because it is going to have 4 points of view.
Ooh.
It's gonna be like fated mates, prophecy, um, there's triplet brothers, and it's a lot. It really like, the idea is amazing, and it's there, and I know it. I just don't know how to put it on paper. But she's not gonna be mated to all of them, but they're all going to have parts of the story that go into that. And I'm hoping for it to be a duology because I already know how I want to end book 1 with a cliffhanger. Mm.
Yes, we need the website for sure.
Yeah, I will.
Ashley's like writing notes.
But yeah, I do have a
Watch
lot of
for
things. I do have a
Yeah.
lot of things in my brain, and that's part of it. Started doing like a brain dump where I can just go
yeah.
into whatever I'm thinking and I can just dump the ideas so I can try
Yeah.
to get to my romantasy because it's gonna be so good and I want to work on it. I do.
Yeah.
But
I
it's
love how you you don't stick to just like one or two genres. Like you're dipping your toes in everything to
Yeah.
see like what you like love to do.
I
I
mean,
think
I
that's
love
what
to
I
write,
love
that's
right
the
now.
thing, like, writing has
Yeah.
become my passion, and I did contemporary, I did the Edwards and the Carters, and I loved it, it was fun, and then I was like, "Oh, well, I have a dark romance idea, let me try to do that," and then I had the dragon idea, and then I had 12 Shadows of Obsession was just like a spur of the moment, "This is my idea, let me get it written before Halloween," but I have the ideas and I'm like, "Well, I don't think I've ever read something like that. Let me write that." And so
Yeah.
it's been fun.
That sounds
Oh,
amazing. Yeah.
It
I'm so
is.
excited. We're officially like #1 fan club members of Katie Booth. Well, I'm just saying. Just saying. On that note, Katie, thank you so much. That was the last of our questions. Before we leave, we know you mentioned the new website, but can you tell everybody where they can find you and your books?
Yes, I am on Instagram, TikTok, and I think I have a Facebook. I don't ever do anything on there. Instagram and TikTok. I have my books are on Kindle, you can Amazon, and I also have them available on Barnes& and Noble website, and, my website has the link to my shop where you can order I don't think I have it set for international yet, but you can order signed copies of all of my books through
I'll meet you
that.
there. I'll meet you there.
It's been
Just
fun.
saying.
This writing is amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
You're
I
amazing.
think it
Let's just
agrees
say
with
that.
you.
Yeah. For everybody watching, make sure you go grab 12 Nights of Christmas and the newest release, Shadows of Obsession. Follow Katie. We'll link all of her links below and put her website below so that you guys can watch more behind the scenes, get the new updates on all of her works in progress, and probably some dark merch. Yeah, we already
Oh,
said
yeah.
that.
Oh,
We
yeah.
already said that.
It's,
Don't
Shadows of
forget.
Obsession.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I need it all. Don't forget, whether it's July, December, or Halloween season, the Weekly Mash is your go-to for books that mash genres, moods, and everything in between. Until next time, you guys, we'll see you on the next one.